Hi everyone, for our thoughts on education program of College Dunia, I have with me Miss Sadiya Samdani, Program Director for School of Media, Entertainment and Communication of TransStadia University. I welcome you ma'am for our program. And ma'am, I would like to ask you some questions which would help students visiting our website. So ma'am, beginning with, you have held key positions at education institutes throughout your professional career. What are the key factors that keep you connected with the education sector?
Thank you for connecting with School of Media, Entertainment and Communication. Academia has always been a very important role in the industry and media industry, precisely. And coming from the media industry and academia both, it was always the passion about teaching and about expressing the industry need was there. To fulfill that, being part of academia was always very, very challenging, because what we look forward for the student to come up in media as a employable and skillful journalist or media industry people.
Moving to our next question, being the director of TransStadia University, what is your philosophy of leadership? How would you describe your leadership style?
Coming from the industry, media is actually a very skill-based profession. Which does not talk about the leadership, but it talks about the ownership. So we would like the student to own, understand the profession and come in hand in the industry. So they should be skill based, teaching should be there, and which will let them to lead the media industry, I guess.
Yes, absolutely ma'am. Ma'am, being the director of TransStadia University, how do you strategize about the key programs and plans for the marketing and administration of your school?
As media's entity itself, the marketing would not be more stressed on media skills only. It will also include the kind of background TransStadia University comes from. So we want our student to be multi-dimensional, not only in media, but in marketing, sports, and artificial intelligence and hotel management. So there are a lot of blends which give them the perspective of media and other industries. So we want them to nurture all this through their syllabus and practices, continuous practices in the UG and PG programs too.
Ma'am, the education system in India and other foreign countries are structured very differently. In your experience, what can an inbound student gain from studying here in your university?
We are thankful to the new NEP 2020, which government has adopted. Otherwise, to keep the international marking, we are doing the benchmarking with the type 5 continental colleges and universities and institutes for that matter. And we are adopting the policies and academic rigor which they follow. And we also have an ambition to have a multi-dimensional approach which will give us more employability and more sustainability in media sector.
Yes, absolutely ma'am. And moving to our next question, how does the curriculum of TransStadia University ensure the best practice of industry?
The academia we are going to concentrate is on both program, learning hubs, industry interface, internships. So we are going to have multifaceted phase for media and other colleges, which will give the exposure to the student, and they will be able to adopt the different media exposures which are there in the industry. So later they will be picking up after the graduation which industry they have to go and they are good at it.
So ma'am, any insights into how your university could be more welcoming to students of different economic backgrounds?
TransStadia has a policy where we are going to be hand-holding all the students who are meritorious. No matter what background they come from, we are going to come up with scholarships, we are going to come up on the merit basis. So all the students, wherever they are, in Pan India or globally, they are welcome here to study without thinking about the economic aspects of it. If they are brainy, they are meritorial, they have the passion in them. Of course, we have 5 schools here in TU and 4 schools at TI, which are going to welcome them as per their need.
Ma'am, moving to our next question, what do you think your roles and responsibilities to the university and students are?
If we talk about TU, I will not look it as a university, I will look it as a whole, as a concept. The concept which talks about the NEP 2020 policy, we have blended the courses accordingly. We are thinking of TU as a very different stand than any other universities in Asia. So our role towards academia, towards employment is going to be literally different. And why? Why I say this is because when you come to TransStadia University, you will witness, what is the difference what TU stands for. That's our value, that's our diversity in employment, and that's the diversity we want to show it through NEP policy to the whole world, that academia has to be wise and academia has to be dynamic in nature. That I can say about TU in whole.
So, ma'am, what do you think should be the university's top priority over the next 10 years?
This is our initial years. The concept has taken a place in the time of COVID. So we have come up with the COVID policy, the hybrid mode of teaching. Now we have launched the institute and we have launched the university. So the whole idea will be go on improvising it, changing it, taking it more towards the industry, taking the expertise, academicians, expertise, industry people, and shape our curriculum and come up with more and more courses which will attract more and more number of students in other schools as well.
Yes, absolutely, ma'am. Ma'am, when you first came to TransStadia University, what was your vision for the university? And ma'am, has it evolved over time? And how far along in implementing that vision are you?
If you talk about vision of TransStadia, it's already a very evolved vision. Nobody in Asia and specifically in India has thought about fitness and sports first and education. Now the NEP 2020 is following that and asking about it, but our visionary founder has already imbibed all this in his vision, and that is why TransStadia University was born in Ahmedabad. And we are very lucky to be on the soil where people are visionary. They have made the world believe in themselves, and this is one of its concept. We are very sure about it. Will attract more eyeballs, which will attract more footfall in years to come, and it will attract more academician, industry people to come and grow with our student. So it will be a national growth, and it will be a regional growth, and it will be a city scale growth. So, academic vision is very, very different here, and I believe this vision is next 50-year vision, which is very well thought of. So
Yes,
I am very inclined with the TransStadia University vision, and I believe people who will visit us following the policy of COVID, they can always visit us and understand what our vision is. So if this vision has the keen interest, people will love to join with us. And right now, we are having the vision. Only thing we want people to believe in us and connect with our vision so that we can give a healthy and wise nation to others.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely very inspiring.
Yeah.
Ma'am, what would you like people to know about your university they may not know till now?
To know TU University, one got to visit our website and also physically has to come to TransStadia University itself. It is one of the unique university which is blended with sports and blended with other schools on the NEP 2020. So I will appeal the students, the parents sitting in Ahmedabad, sitting across India, that you must come and visit this place. Because of its uniqueness, because of its vision, because what we are imbibing in academic practices is very, very different than any other university in India is giving you. So you got to believe it. When you see it, you will believe it. And that is what I'm appealing to all the parents and students to come and see yourself what vision do we carry and how are we connecting wellness and health to academic vision.
Ma'am, moving to our next question, what do you see TransStadia University's greatest strength?
TransStadia University's greatest strength, I can say, when it started its inception and now when we are implementing it and in years to come, will always be and been as people. The team, the kind of diversity we have, the kind of inclination towards health and fitness we have, and the kind of approach in academia we have imbibed it. This is a very well thought concept by our founder. So those who wants to believe in us, who wants to have a different kind of academic atmosphere and the industry practices and employability should come to us. So, our vision and our mission and our values will tell us like the team which we are and the team which we will be and the team which will grow in years to come will be unique, and we know what our essences are, and this essence is going to keep this concept very, very unique in years to come. So please join us to understand the uniqueness of education, which broadens our mind and which gives a wide spectrum to people to think differently. And this is one of the initiatives which is thought by the team and for the teams to come.
Ma'am, what are some of the biggest challenges you see both for higher education in general and for TransStadia University specifically?
I can say to fill in the challenge of education, the thought of TransStadia University came into existence. Why we thought about wellness, health, education in one way? Because now it was thought in NEP 2020 also. So why are we thinking differently? So that education should be stress-free, education will be more imbibed by a student, education can give us more employability, and education can grow the industry as a whole. So this whole concept is about education, and it's through years we are following this in India. And I believe with NEP 2020, we are imbibing what were the gaps which were in education and which has been adopted by the government, and it has been adopted by more universities. But our uniqueness is like we have taken a step forward, keeping the NEP 2020 in mind, and we have leaped the other universities in times to come. So TU is one package which will give you overall experience in academia. So welcome to TU.
Ma'am, how do you tend to establish a healthy relation and environment in your university?
As you know, our ethics and our mission and vision all align with health and wellness. So if a mind is healthy and it is psychologically fit, it is going to imbibe any education you give it to the child. So our vision and mission itself is about individuals, it's about society, it's about sustainability. So we are going to imbibe all this in our academia, and this is the vision which we want to carry forward.
So ma'am, my last questions, any suggestions you would like to give to the current youth and aspiring students?
I would not call it suggestion, I would call it an appeal to the nation, and it's a global appeal as well. We are looking for the student who want to see education in a very different atmosphere. They want to seek the education in a very, very different atmosphere. So people like them or student like them or industry people or academician are very, very welcome in TransStadia University, so that we will grow in time with more people to come. So this is a basic mission of our university, that we are different and we want people to think differently through our education system.
Okay ma'am, that's all from my side. Thank you ma'am for giving us your time and sharing your thoughts with us. I am sure ma'am that it would be very helpful and informative to all the students coming to our website. Ma'am, I thank you once again for the same. Thank you.